Hey, what's up? DJ Mahf here. We're at the historic Record Exchange in St. Louis, Missouri. We're in the 45 room right now doing a little digging, a little shooting for Homemade Junk 3. By the time you see this, it will be available on my website for free download, djmahf.com. Check it out. If you're a lover of hip-hop, you're in for a treat. You'll dig it.
Can I get an encore? Do you want more? Cook and roll with the Brooklyn.
Oh, the name. Well, it's funny. I guess, you know, when I first started DJing, I was in my mom and dad's laundry room. That's where my turntables were at the time. And, you know, I never really left my house. I would just DJ after school. You know, I was in high school. And it just, you know, the turntables and the records never left the house. It was always, you know, me just cutting random live sets right to CD. And that's kind of how I recorded the first Homemade Junk mixtape, which only a few people have. And I still get asked about. But, yeah, it's just, you know, for me being at home, working and learning the craft, basically.
Still trying to reach these cats that ain't never heard of me. My Achilles snap. We doing shows 20 days until surgery.
When I was a kid, Jim would be, you know, Jim had his art table and he'd be really into, you know, after school, he was the same way, sitting and drawing at his art table. And it's just one of those things where as long as I wasn't making any noise, I could hang out in the room. So I would read comic books. He'd be playing all different styles of music. And that's how I just got exposed to a lot of different things. And when he went back to, when he went off to college, he knew that I was starting to pursue hip-hop especially. So he would start making me these mixtapes. He would mail me tapes, cassettes. And he would do, like, the track listing. He'd do artwork and everything. And I would take his mixtapes and find each song that was on the tape. I go find the album that was related to it, and that's how I started building my hip-hop collection. Was a lot of the stuff that my brother, you know, showed me, and I was really influenced by that. And just, you know, being a lover of graffiti art and just, you know, art in general, you know, it was just a natural collaboration for me and my brother to get together. It's always good to have an artist in the family to ask for favors.
I was a terror since the public school era. Bathroom passes, cutting classes, squeezing asses.
Probably like 100 copies in existence. It was the first mixtape I ever recorded. I was just learning how to DJ. I was in high school, so the equipment I had back then, I didn't even use software programs or anything. I just practiced this routine over and over and over and over again, and just laid it down directly from my turntables into a CD recorder, so it just ripped right to a CD. So it was live audio, and, you know, I didn't know what I was doing, man, so the audio quality is not the greatest. That's probably why I haven't released it on the internet or anything. It sounds horrible. But you gotta start somewhere. So that's how, you know, that's what it was when I was in high school, man, making these little basement tapes and giving them to people. But I made my own labels for Homemade Junk 1. I had my brother's artwork on it. And then in 2008 was when I released number 2. And when I put out 2, that's when I really learned how to actually record music using different computer software programs and, you know, recording software. And, you know, that was, to me, like my first introduction, I guess, officially as a DJ with, like, an official release. My brother did the artwork. My man Matt Mount helped with some of the graphic design. And it's just one of those things, man. I repressed it over and over and over again. People really loved it. It was, I thought, a really good representation of, you know, hip-hop at that time and me breathing life in the older tracks. And the second one was almost done entirely with vinyl, too. Which this new one, I did a mix of vinyl and new. Because some of this stuff is just, you know, at least the newer tracks that are just not available.
One thing about music, when it hit, you feel no pain. White folks that controls your brain. I know better than that. That's game, man. We ready for that.
I mean, basically, Homemade Junk, to me, is just my, like, love letter to hip-hop and hip-hop culture. I love it all, man, from the early records, from, like, you know, the Sugar Hill Gang records from Sugar Hill to now, man. I love every style of rap, every style of hip-hop. And to me, Homemade Junk is just kind of a huge melting pot of all different styles, different time periods. You know, you got rappers that, you know, I have newer guys like, you know, everyone from Kanye to Rashawn Ahmad to older cats like, you know, we got Public Enemy and, you know, Mos Def and just classic records. So to me, Homemade Junk is one of those things where I'm feeding you these classic records, but I'm flipping them in a different style where it might rival your love for the original track. You might like my version better, or vice versa, or whatever. But to me, it's just, you know, everything a DJ mixed, everything that I want in a DJ mixtape. Weird, interesting samples, really diverse beat selections, different time periods of music, even some other styles mixed in with hip-hop. I got some rock shit in there, some breaks, some funk, a little bit of everything, man. I mean, I like all kinds of music, and that's kind of, you know, one of my things with Homemade Junk. It might not be my typical mixtape that I put out that, you know, you throw on a Friday night at a party and you want to dance to all night. There's different styles, just like how there's different style songs in hip-hop, different tempos and everything else. So I just try to do a little bit of everything and satisfy everyone, so hopefully there's something on this 70-minute tape that you'll bump constantly, and hopefully you'll enjoy the entire project as a whole.
I testified, my mama cried, black people died when the other man...
I just want people to push boundaries with your music and with what you're doing artistically. I mean, I'm not talking about everyone, but there's a lot of DJs who have sprung up in the last couple of years that are just kind of jumping on the bandwagon of it, because you can be a DJ if you just have a laptop computer now. Everyone can be a DJ. You can hack some software, have your laptop, start getting club gigs and getting paid in beer money or whatever, beer tabs and shit. And that's cool, I get it, but it's just, you know, definitely I encourage everyone to go back and learn about the culture of DJing, where it actually came from. Everything from, you know, the electronic rise, you know, the electronic scene, to, you know, the shit that was happening in the disco era and the beginnings of hip-hop and toasting in Jamaica, you know. That's one thing that makes me a little sad, is just guys that don't know the art form that they're contributing to. You know, just do your homework, man. I mean, if you know your homework, it will make you a better DJ. It will. Hands down. And I just encourage more people to make mixtapes, make projects, make beats, release music. Like, there's a lot of DJs that I know that I'm fans of them. They're fantastic DJs, but they DJ on the weekends, they play clubs and whatnot, but they don't release projects and they don't record their own music. And it's just like, man, you got to do that. So encourage everyone to make their own stuff, be original, do your thing, and just have fun with it, man. Like, this is what we're in for. We all love music, and we all started because this is something that, you know, to me, I live and breathe this shit. This is, you know, this is it right here, man. I got nothing else. So, yeah.
All I need is one mic, one beat, one stage, one person front, my face on the front page, only if I had one love.
Check out Homemade Junk 3. It's a free download on my website. Coming soon, we're also going to have physical CDs. Fantastic artwork by my brother Jim, a.k.a. Food One, and Carmen, Jane Dope Acosta. Shouts to the BP Sessions, my man Magic 8 on the graphic design work, the website, my man Steady P and all the IndyGround family. Be on the lookout for more tunes and more funk.
Everything you love about rap. Everything you love about rap in one disc.